Hey everybody, Mr. Quick here. Today we're going to be looking at Eureka Math / Engage New York Math, Module 4, Lesson 17, write expressions in which letters stand for numbers. Now, this might sound very familiar. It should. This is what we did in Lesson 16 as well. We're going to go through a few more examples just to make sure we have this totally down, and then in class we'll go over even more examples because there's so many different expressions you can write and different operations. I'm going to go through about the first 6 examples here together, and then in class you'll have some other ones to look at. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, the sum of A and B. So I know when we're talking about sum, we're talking about addition. A and B, we're putting A and B together. A plus B. Number 2, 5 more than twice a number C. Now, this could be a little bit confusing if you don't know the rule, but you notice that C is italicized. Up top here, you recognize that A and B were italicized. Jumping ahead, you can see D is italicized, meaning it's that kind of special letter that kind of looks like it's leaning. Don't get this A confused. A is not part of this equation because it is not italicized. If it was in italics, then you would know that that is part of the equation. But since it's not in italics, we're just looking for number C, meaning C represents a number. So 5 more than twice a number C. So twice the number C, I know I'm going to be multiplying 2 times C. 5 more than that would be 2C plus 5. You could also write it as 5 plus 2C. Either way, right? All right, number 3. Martha bought D number of apples and then ate 6 of them. So she bought D, so we're starting with D, whatever number that may be. And if you ate 6 of the apples, right? You're eating something, you are subtracting. So we start with D, and then you eat 6, you're taking away 6 of the apples. D minus 6. Fairly simple. Okay, let's go for a few more. 14 decreased by P. Okay, so I know I have 14, and I'm decreasing it means taking away. So I'm subtracting P, 14 minus P. Number 2, the total of D and F divided by 8. The total of 2 and 3 would be 5, right? So that means we are adding. So what I did there was I placed 2 numbers in the place of D and F. The total of 2 and 5, or 2 and 3, whatever I said. The total of 2 and 3. So if I wasn't sure what the total means, well, if I say the total of 2 and 3, I understand that that's going to be 5, so I have to be adding. So we're going to have D plus F, and then you have divided by 8. So you could say divided by 8, but in this case you'd have to put parentheses because D plus F, you have to add that total first. Or you could say D plus F over 8. You could write it as a fraction, and that would work just fine. That would work just as well. Okay, number 3. Rashad scored 6 less than 3 times as many baskets as Mike. Mike scored B baskets. This one's kind of complicated. These are the kind of ones where I need to kind of write it out and see if what I wrote makes sense. So, Rashad scored 6 less than. So I know it's going to be, something is going to be minus 6, right? 3 times as many baskets as Mike. Mike scored 3. So if 3 times as many as Mike and he scored B, I'm going to have 3B minus 6 because he scored 6 less than that. So Rashad scored 6 less than 3 times as many baskets as Mike. Mike scored B baskets. 3 times as many as Mike would be 3B. 6 less than is minus 6. I'm going back and just double checking my own work. That looks good. We're going to roll with it. Okay, this was just a real quick refresher, and just to give you some examples you can go back and watch. We'll go through more together in class. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.